Hi, welcome back to Raw, Restoring Awesome Warriors. I'm Jackie H, and I have here my co-host Gail, Barron, the judge, and we back again with another episode of sharing with two sisters their experience in life. Are you enjoying this? I don't know. Sometimes we're talking, saying personal stuff, or telling our lies. Are you okay with this?
I am. I
Okay.
am. It's very
Okay.
liberating. You don't know how much is packed down in you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And me or you or both? Okay. You always.
It's both.
It's both. Okay.
It's reciprocity,
Okay.
give and take.
Well, anyway, it's still hot. It's still summertime, and I think this year is just, I don't know where, somebody must have turned the heat up somewhere, but it's all over. But just trying to stay hydrated
Yeah.
and cool. But I wanted to go into a part two of something that we was talking about probably a couple of weeks ago with changes and adjusting, making adjustments to life, because that can go, we didn't get a chance to dive into a lot of it. So I would like to finish up today of things change.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking about, I don't know if this is a great scenario, but this is what one I'm going to use, because we was farmers. Not technically, but we had we had a spot down Jersey with Dad and from our former church, and I I learned a lot from farming, from him planting and things. And I remember him buying the seeds or whatever it was going to be. Okay, if it was so some things he brought as plants. It was already up. But I remember the seeds being in a packet, and he would dig holes, make a long row and put the seeds in the dirt. And then we would come behind him and cover it up. Then he'd put some water in the Miracle Grow. He learned how all this stuff. He had his almanac. He was a little farmer from Philly though, from by way of Georgia. But anyway, what I remember, once he planted, we know what he planted because it was on the packet, right? But we didn't see anything.
Right.
So by 2 weeks, we start seeing this little plant that done peeked out, came out of what was covered up. So in the beginning of the seeds, Gail, he just watered empty. But once the plants came up, he did something a little different. Sometimes he covered it, put something around it, and I didn't understand what he was doing at the time, but he told us he was protecting it from the deers and things who could eat up what he planted, plants, right?
Right.
Then they put a scarecrow. They put something to keep the crows from eating. I guess it make all this noise. He had cans and stuff on it. So when the wind blow it scared the crow away or birds away. Because he was expecting something, it was changing, and he had to make adjustments to it. Then it got bigger. So then he had to make a bigger something over. Then after a while, he was expecting what he planted.
Right.
It came a time, maybe a month, whatever. But it was all during that time. It was changes made, adjustment.
Right.
Changes. Sometimes he'll hold down and get the grass from around it so it won't be stagnant in the, I guess it choke out the plant or something. It was just a lot going on. And I kept seeing him doing different stuff. So this gave me more insight on what in life that you just have to keep changing and adjusting. Sometimes it's just not one change. It's got to be several. Or it got to be a lot of adjustments. And sometimes that's hard for a lot of us people in general to go with. Okay, it ain't like what it used to be. Things is, well, that's how it was 12 years ago. That's what Mom told us 30 years ago. Okay, we know that we wasn't in first grade for 12 years.
Right.
That would be kind of like a problem, right? if every time you come back, I was in the same grade or seventh grade for 5 times. One time she said she had a student, he got put back, but she said they passed him on because he had outgrown where he was at. So they had to make adjustment, not because he passed from learning, but he was just too big to be down there with the kids of his size. So adjustment. What in life that don't have changes, that don't require adjustment?
And then when putting in the ground, you spoke about expectation.
Mm-hmm.
His expectation was bigger than our immediate family.
Yeah.
So his harvest, he always was looking out for others. He would come back, bring to the neighbors, and that goes to whatever you're planning. What are you expecting from it? Because your harvest is going to be according to how many seeds you put in there. He didn't just put one seed in that hole.
Yeah.
He put more than one because he expected a greater harvest because it was a greater use.
Wow.
And so that's just like as business people, more than one stream of income.
Mm-hmm.
It was 4 rivers that watered the Garden of Eden.
Mm-hmm.
And just like those potato slips that he put in there, you get mashed potatoes, you get French fries, you get all kinds of potato chips with you make different flavors, but it's according to what you had in your mind when you planted that seed.
But if you're not willing to make adjustment and changes, it wouldn't even matter. You have to expect to do the adjustments to get
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
So that's even spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
God don't give you a gift for yourself. He gives you a gift so that you can share with others.
Right.
And so if you're limited to a place, a people, you can't spread. That's the mindset. His first commandment to us, be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
And so we have that formula in our head if we could just get rid of the other stuff. You sitting on wealth and don't even know it.
Yeah. So, to make that adjustment in my mind of that I'm not just for inside of a wall. When I came up young, I didn't see anything about doing something outside of church. If I'm making sense to you, your gift will make room for you.
Yes, it
didn't
will.
say inside the wall.
Right.
So you should have a marketplace ministry or gifting in you that would serve, it's like Daniel and them. They was Christians, but they was in captivity, but their gift served where they was at.
Right.
So sometimes you're sitting on your gift or talent because you don't want to change.
Right.
Mindset. Or I only do this for this. No, that's a gift God give you, and it can be used wherever
Well, most of them that use their gift, it wasn't to church people.
I knew that, but I'm just saying what I had to adjust
Yeah,
and learn.
yeah.
Because I didn't think outside of it.
Right.
Yeah, some people don't think outside of what you do. But when God gave you something, he didn't give you for it to be in a corner. He gave you the gift to be shared. That reminds me of that story, God gave the 10 talent, 5, 1. Well, you can take that 1 and just limit it.
Yep.
He said, you didn't give me nothing back on my return. And that return can be, where did you use your gift at? Because my gift is not just to sing or cook to you. it'll take you before
we
great.
we were talking, I think it was yesterday, and you were talking about you've always wanted a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But when you found out what all it entailed,
Mm-hmm.
you made an adjustment.
Yeah.
You ain't stopped cooking because you had a love for cooking.
Yes.
You didn't stop. You just adjusted and
Yes.
kept going.
And with that adjustment, it came more out of that I can get more out of it than have a restaurant, because I can be on the road, or they can call where you stationary at a restaurant.
Right. Right.
So with changing my mind of not wanting this and all that overhead, and adjusted to being a caterer, I could take the whole show on the road.
Right.
It came from changing, adjusting, changing. This didn't work, and it came from someone telling me about all that overhead and what it would entail to even have a restaurant. You can see you can have a dream or a vision of something, but until you get the full essence of what's getting ready to happen here, it's not that you can't have it, but why not? That's not what I wanted to have, that headache. Only thing I wanted to do was cook.
Right. Right.
That's all I wanted to do. And I told you several times, even in our music ministry, I know Dad and them raised us up on, we always go back to singing because that was our life. But I was always interested in writing, creating, recording. All that can still come out of singing. I could write for someone else. So you can take that one potato, it's like that potato. You can take that one thing, and there's several things you get out. But if your mind don't change and adjust to multiplication, you first got to know how to add. He put addition, and then it multiply and replenish. When I saw him do that with those seeds and stuff, and you brought up something that, I'm gonna go back to this because this ain't a fun part. Yes, he planted all that stuff, and we raked the bugs going up our nose. It was hot and everything for him to give that whole feel away almost. Our father was a share. No, I'm just being funny, but multiplication for someone else, because you can't just think about yourself.
You can't.
So, how you feel about adjusting? You had to adjust with a disability.
It didn't stop my life. When I realized it didn't stop my life,
So you multiplying. You do more traveling now than you did when you was up. How you doing this? How is that happening?
adjusting.
Changing your mind that I can't and I can.
I use a wheelchair when I need to.
Yeah.
I use a cane when I need to.
Yeah.
I use a brace when anything, like the song said, it don't matter how you get there.
Get there.
Get there.
Wow. So sometimes it's a mindset. Well, not sometimes. It's a mindset. You said on one of your ministering, you said the 12th chapter of Romans, the second verse, renew your mind. Don't be conformed to just something.
Yep.
We are made in his image. God was a creator.
Yes, he was.
He created the world from just
Words.
words. And he said he wanted something to be like him. So he gave us that ability to think,
That's what
to
he
create.
said.
So for us not to be doing it, that is what? I'm going to give it a new name. Sin. Because you don't
Well,
believe.
it is.
Lack
if
of
you
faith.
think something other than what he said, that's why Israel got in trouble.
Yeah.
We are like grasshoppers. He
Yeah.
ain't make you no grasshopper.
So you got to adjust to that. You got to adjust that you're a creator. You got to adjust that you got to make changes and keep on moving.
And somebody needs what you have.
Yeah.
Somebody is waiting. The word says the creatures are moaning and groaning, waiting for the manifestation. They want to see the sons of God.
So what are you willing to change what are you willing to make adjustments on? Because that's just life. It's just life. You can't live this life without making changes, going through changes, and doing adjustment. And sometimes it's just hand in hand, going, one from the other. But it's okay because that's just the way it is. And if you can't do that, then you'll be stagnant. You won't never.
You don't want to do that. Get stuck.
No.
You want to be complacent.
Laying dormant.
You don't want that.
They had this saying that there's a lot of potential in the grave. That means there's people who went on that never got the benefit of who they were with all that talent just because you didn't. Probably, I'm pretty sure most of it because they didn't want to make changes or didn't want to adjust because God gave you what you need.
And sometimes you just need that farmer or that Mordecai, somebody that sees into your future and encourages you on your potential. One plant, one water, but it's God that gives the increase.
And when someone make it known to you, this is something I had to learn. Move out on it. Don't have someone to encourage you or give you words of wisdom and pushing you and you oh man, that ain't me. I can do it. You can do you can do anything through Christ that strengthens us. So only thing we got to do is get the moving and just accept that he made me in his image. And long as I can keep changing and adjusting, I can reach for higher and higher.
Again.
And then you can give all the plants away. whatever you have, you can share. No, we're supposed to be sharing and caring.
You're supposed to have more than enough.
You're
supposed to have the overflow.
Right.
You're supposed to want that so that you can share with somebody.
Yeah, so you don't have to give out of your basket, but you done created so much that you could share with your whole neighborhood, your whole family, whatever that is, wherever you need to help someone at. But continue to change, Gail. Yeah. Okay? I'm talking to you right now. This is a message to you. Continue to change and make adjustments. That's in everything. That's in family. That's in marriage. That's in your workspace. That's everywhere. You have to be flexible. Some people just flexible one way. It's every part of life. You can't want a great marriage and you don't want to change or adjust to anything. You can't want a great family and nobody wants to change or adjust. You can't talk to your kid that was 3 years old and they now 30. You still talk to them. So you got to make adjustment. They grown. Right. It's respectful, but changes. Life comes with changes.
Right.
So as always, I'm going to let you have the last say before we close out. But just accept changes and make adjustments. That's my final. What's your final?
Well, my final is what daddies always tell us. Little is much when God is in it. I don't know anybody that can spread and multiply. I think of the 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread that he fed 5,000, and that wasn't including the women and children. But you've experienced it. When you cook, it's never. It's always the question: will I have enough? Man. But somewhere in the middle of it, it just multiplies to where you have
more than enough
left over,
and people can take some home for their lunch or the next day.
Right.
So God would do it if you make the move, if you make the adjustment and change and do what you need to do. He will.
He will.
He will be.
He will increase it.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So we don't have that much to say, but God is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So we was raised, and I believe more today that God is everything to me. So he's helping me to know, renew your mind, do some changing, think like me. I made you in my image, all those things, and you can have abundantly. You can have an abundance. So you don't have to be pinching off what you have, but you have enough to do you and someone else. And as we leave, I want to let you know I have your tithe. Okay, I have your tithe. Okay,
That's part of your blessing too.
that's part of your blessing.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
and it what? Give what?
Give, and it shall be given to you.
Yeah. So Solomon, he gave wisdom, and what did he get? He got it. No, I'm being serious. I know you think I'm playing, but he gave that queen the wisdom, and
she gave him out of her treasure.
Man,
yeah, wisdom makes us rich.
Yeah, that's adjusting. Okay, all right, we getting out of here. Gail, love you, man. All right, all right. As we always say in closing, love God, love family, work hard, and be kind.